The website is going to be a major destination point for you guys all season long. A lot of the leagues you guys are used to playing, you show up on whatever day that league plays on, you play your games, but then you go home, and that's pretty much it until the next time you play. That's going to be different with the PXFL. Totally different. All week long, you're going to have stuff to watch, listen to, read, be a part of. We're going to have, during the podcast in future weeks, we're going to open up what's called the mail room. You guys are going to be able to email us questions that we're going to answer, on the podcast for you. So if you've got something, a rule you don't like, a rule you do like, a rule you don't understand, something that you didn't, that didn't make sense to you the week prior, or you just want to know our opinions, who the best receiver in the league is, write it in. That we're going to have a mailroom segment where we answer you guys' questions right here, not on air, but what do you call it when it's recorded digitally? You can't call it airwaves anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like it's live though,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like
it's got that feel. Yeah. So my point with all this is, make certain you get in the habit of checking back on the website regularly, because there will be stuff added on, and even when you think that we're done for the week, we might throw an extra bonus footage or something that we put together for you on a Friday or Saturday leading up to the next week. All season long, we're gonna have stuff.
So you're telling me, right? It's just not about podcasts, and I know you're listening to this now, and you may think it's all about our commentary on what happened that week. They can actually go in and see themselves in highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a Sports Center, top 10 plays of the week.
Sir.
All right, I like that idea.
Yes, sir. And
I like that.
And we're even gonna have graphics on the 10, 9, 8,
yes.
7. Like we're gonna have kind of the graphical representation of that number on there. It's gonna feel just like a top 10 video like you're used to seeing on TV, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be pretty great. It's gonna have music overlaid and everything. But I really want to stress and point out the fact that every team is going to have a team page on the website that you're going to have access to, and only you're going to have access to. I've sent out an email to all the captains and all the players with passwords that let you get onto your team's page. So anybody can come on and check out the roster. That's public. But if Coach Rudy, for example, wants to send you guys a message, really pumping you up for this week, you guys are going to only be the only ones that can read that. No one else is going to be able to get on your page and read the stuff that you put on there, and I'll show you.
So it's like plays. So I can even put up plays,
sure.
and I can put up any kind of announcements that I want.
Yep.
That's the unique thing about this league, and some of the website extras that we're talking about now is it's not just for checking out highlights. It's also for interacting with your teammates.
Absolutely, team building.
Right, good,
team building.
Good.
Yeah, you can name starters. You can put people in positions. You can even put a depth chart on there if you want.
Wow.
Anything that you want to message your players with and relay to your players, you're gonna have your own page to do that.
Good deal.
Yeah, so it's good stuff, man. On that note, look. Let's see, today's Saturday. We're recording this. Start looking probably by Monday evening for the video for the combine and the draft that we're going to put together. We got a lot of footage that we needed to edit and splice together and make a package for, but that should be up here probably by Monday or Tuesday of this coming week, just before week 1. All right, so there's a quick recap of the website extras you guys are going to be able to check out. I also want to remind the players about the post-game player interviews. That's going to be something going to be kind of that's new even to the Catalyst fellas they're used to podcasts, not used to interviews.
Yes.
We're going to have folks coming after the game, and they're going to come up to a key player every game. It's going to be a different person every game, so don't think you're going to be the star every week. But every week, every game, someone's going to come up and ask you some questions and get your feedback on the game. What was going through your head on a certain play, maybe your feeling on the rest of the season and things you guys need to do for the future. Changes you need to make or things that are going well for you. So start. If you don't watch a lot of SportsCenter, start watching it now, because all those interviews, all that stuff, we're just glad to be here. I just want to do the best I can for my team. I'm not really worried about stats and records, man. As long as we're winning,
those
I'm
key
happy.
lines is what you're saying that we need to sharpen up on.
Yeah, you got to start. Yeah, exactly. That's because we're coming to you, and we will have the microphone on you live right there, man. No editing, and you're gonna be on this podcast. Next thing, man, I want to just take only a couple seconds to explain the schedule real quick. We got 6 teams and 5 regular season weeks. Real quick math means that you're going to play every team once. So there's going to be just a random schedule. Because of the fact that everybody plays everybody once, there's no need for for any type of strength of schedule or any matchups. Everybody's playing everybody once. All right, so it's just going to be flat out random. The game times are going to be at 2, 3, and 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. I had before said it was going to be 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, but our referees, our paid referees, cannot get to our league until 2 o'clock because they're reffing a league just before us. So I want to throw that out to everybody, and I will update this on the website as well. The games will be at 2, 3, and 4 o'clock. There'll be 20-minute running halves, so it's going to be about with 5 to 8 minute halftime. So it'll be about an hour each game. All right,
sounds good.
That's that on that.
Sounds good.
And we will be taking Father's Day off. That's a bye week. I wish I had it in front of me. I want to say June 17th, I believe, but it's a middle Sunday of June.
And Commish, how do the playoffs work?
The top 4 teams from the league are going to make the playoffs based on their win percentage, and the tiebreakers after that will be posted online for you on your
what's
team
page.
What's
you said a tiebreaker? Is there what's the tiebreaker?
Meaning, let's say you had a 3-2 record, and our team had a 3-2 record. There are 2 teams that are 4-1. Well, the 4-1s they're in for sure. Your team and mine are tied at 3-2. If we're fighting for the last playoff spot, we're going to go down the line and check out some of the tiebreakers. The first one is going to be head-to-head. How'd we do?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
How we do against each other. All
okay.
Right? If it's only 2 teams that are playing against each other, it's easy to do the head-to-head. Whoever beat who in the regular season, they're going to get the tiebreaker, and they'll get that 4th and final spot. If 3 or more teams are all fighting for the last spot, and each beat another of that triangle, let's say Lions of Judah, Green Lantern Corps, and the Wolf Pack are all 3-2, and they're all fighting for the 4th spot to get into the playoffs. But Wolfpack beat the Green Lantern Corps. The Corps beat Lions of Judah, and Lions of Judah beat Wolfpack. Now we can't use head-to-head anymore.
Yes,
because each of you beat another.
Yeah,
so now we got to drop down to the second tiebreaker, and that's going to be strength of schedule. After strength of schedule, it'll be offensive points and so on down the line.
Okay.
And we'll just keep dropping down to a new tiebreaker until one team rises above the others to get that spot.
So let's just be clear about this. Those of you who are listening, especially with the way that swap went in basketball, nearly every team, I believe every team made the playoffs. Right. But in our flag football league, the PXFL,
that's right.
We are not allowing every team to make the playoffs. Is that what you're saying? Every team does not make the playoffs.
Every team does not make the playoffs, and I'm real glad you asked that question and brought it up, because this is going to come up, especially folks that are familiar with swap sports in the other leagues. I want to explain this fully right now. Yeah, although it is a church league, and that seems to be everybody's kind of stance on why everyone should be allowed to get into the playoffs. There's no question at all that we are inclusive, that we welcome all participants into the league. You don't have to be a member of this church. You don't even have to be a member of any church. You can be straight. I could have met you at Barnett Park playing out on the outdoor court, and you heard about my league and you joined in, or you heard about Swap's league and you joined in. Everybody's allowed in. That's our inclusion. That's how we include everybody. It is not excluding anybody with the playoff system. There are 2 reasons for that. Number one, if we're going to say that we're trying to mimic trying to replicate or emulate the pro league, then we need to have all of the features that we're able to bring about into the league if we're going to call itself the pro experience. In the pros, everybody does not make the league. That's just the nature of a competitive sports league. The fellowship and the ministry will never be undermined, is never going to be belittled, is never going to be mitigated. We're going to love everyone, we're going to include everybody, and we're going to invite everybody to all of the functions that we have. But to truly be a competitive league, there's got to be something on the line. You got to be playing every game in the regular season's got to mean something if you want it to be a really competitive league.
That's true. That's true.
You feel what I'm saying?
I totally get it.
And that's one of the reasons, because I got to tell you something. As much as I like the knowledge and the comfort and the safety of knowing that no matter what goes on in the regular season, I'm making the playoffs, it feels a little. There's something missing to me when I'm 1-6 and half my team hasn't shown up each week, and we don't take it seriously, and here we are in the first round of the playoffs. Now everybody's taking it seriously. We all show up, and we beat the number 1 seed because all season long we just kind of hacked around, showed up when we wanted to, didn't really take it all that seriously, joking around, didn't even make it. Now everybody gets serious, and now all my guys show up, and we upset the first seed. Something doesn't feel, I don't know.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard
to
put into words.
I think those of you who are listening to this, I think you know what that feeling is like that the commission is talking about. It really does seem a little disingenuous, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something not genuine about having an opportunity to all of a sudden be the 6th seed if we were to allow all 6 teams to be in the playoffs, and the team really didn't take it seriously. And then they came up, and there was one particular team who made sure all of the players were there, made sure they played competitively, and each game it had a 5-1 record. The other team has a 1-5 record. And the 1-5 knocks off the 5-1, all because all of his players decided to show up, and everybody all of a sudden got it together at the last minute. It really doesn't add to the ideal that consistently throughout the week, and we were team building and relationally building with each other, and doing those things that we hope the league is all about, which is grow with each other, live with each other in a way where we're representing, more than just the game, right? Like, we're representing something more than that.
See, in that scenario, that coach that did a really good job of bringing that team together and staying in contact with them, staying in communication with them, inspiring each guy to show up every week and get that good regular season record. Where's the reward for that kind of good character and that good coaching when you got another coach? And this wouldn't happen in this league because all of the coaches that we've got
we're just giving a
high character.
Right?
But I'm saying, I'm explaining the reasons why we're doing it this way. Mm-hmm. If the coach's like, don't worry about it, fellas, we're all right, we'll make it in the end. Then at the end of it, they all show up. Where's the reward there? It feels almost as if you're almost penalized for being the team because all your guys were there and now everybody saw what to expect. That team there, no one showed up. You don't know what to expect from those guys. Only 7 of those guys showed up each week. But the second reason though is that, let me tell you, and this is more of a fun reason. There is nothing that is more thrilling during the regular season than in week 5, the last game, let's say, of the last week. There are 2 teams fighting for the final spot. The winner, you're both 2-2. The winner makes it in. Loser goes home. Man, the level of intensity of that play, the quality of play on the field is up in a whole other level. Yeah. Everybody, you're mentally into it, you're emotionally into it, you're physically into it, and there's something really riding on that game. You know what I mean?
Because in essence, it's a playoff game. Man.
That's exactly what
it is.
So
now you have 2 playoff games. So now I know it's the last game of the regular season, but it's like almost the college. Right,
Absolutely.
Every game in college matters because we understand that just one loss can, especially when we're coming down to the end of the season, like in your example. That's totally. I totally understand why we have it that way.
Yeah, playing for something just brings out the best in athletes.
Certainly,
when you got something on the line, it's going to bring out the best in you. If there's nothing to play for, and we're winless, we're going to make the playoffs anyway. The game, the level of the game isn't even as high. So now the players aren't all into it, and even the fans that want to watch, that are there to support and watch, they don't have as much to watch. But man, let me tell you something. In the leagues that I've been in, where only the top X amount, 4, 6, 8, whatever, get into the playoffs, some of those final week games have just been electric. I mean, the whole place is on fire because that it is win or go home, and it's an evenly matched game. Yeah, trust me, y'all are gonna see why we do it the way we do come week 5 when we've got 2 or 3 teams fighting for those last spots. Man, it's gonna be high octane football.
What's the New York Jets player, the middle linebacker who gave the famous quote at the end of "Can't wait"? Right?
Man,
I forget his name.
I forgot.
I need a statistician to come and give me some give me some lines. Because I feel like that's him. Right? Somebody stick a mic in my face right now and tell me something. Hey,
they did a whole commercial on
Can't
that guy.
Wait. I just I forget it. I'm gonna leave right outside the room, and it's gonna pop right in my head, and I'm gonna call back and be like, "That's his name."
And there are people yelling at their computers right now.
I know. You know his name,
man.
Bart Scott. Is that his name? Bart.
Is it Bart Scott?
I think that's him.
That may be. I know he plays with that team.
Yeah. It's him.
Okay.
I think it's him.
Right.
Can't wait. You know the message. In the words of the great football player / poet / ready for the next game. I really can't wait.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Yeah, man. All right.